Well, let's take a look at our 6 problem. You got the integral of 1 over 5x squared, and then square root of 3 plus 4x squared dx. And it says using integration by tables, we're going to find that. If I come over here, I'm looking for something with a square root downstairs. It could also be to the 1/2 power. Okay, here's some square roots. A plus BU. A plus BU, and that'd be U. And that'd be U there. Not quite what I'm looking for, I don't think. Reason I think because if this was my U, then if I take du, I'd have 2x. I don't have a 2x here. What I'm thinking I'm headed toward is looks like there's, well, some of them have a squared. I think I'll probably have a plus bu squared, where u is equal to x. Because this 5, I can go ahead and take that on front. I know that doesn't belong. So here I got x squared, which if u is equal to x, this would become u squared. And then a would equal to 3, and b would equal, that's a 4. As weird as that looks. And then du would equal to dx. So that would become du. So if we did that, then everything would be accounted for. The big question is, do we have anything that fits this form? A plus bu squared. So let's go look now. A plus bu squared, a plus... Here's something. It's got those flipped around, but that's okay. I could deal with that. But there's no number in front of u squared. Well, let's keep looking. A squared minus u squared. No minus. Actually, all these are minus, aren't they? Now that I look at that. I think maybe 35 would work. Let me jot that down. I may come back to that. Those obviously aren't going to work. Those are trig. Those won't work. These don't have any u squared out in front. Okay, well, go back to here. No square roots here. Okay, that doesn't seem to work. I'm thinking that's the only one that's going to possibly fit, is number 35. Okay, so what I want it to look like is 1 over u squared, square root of u squared plus a squared. And if I get it to look like that, then since I'm choosing, I need the plus there. That's on top. I want the one that's on top over here. So that would equal to negative square root of u squared plus a squared over a squared u plus c. Let me see if I wrote that all down correctly. Yeah. Okay, back to the drawing board on this. Let me actually erase all this. I use that to kind of get an idea where it's headed, but that's not exactly what I need. So now let's look at what we exactly need. Can't have a number in front of the u squared. Now there's different ways we could do that. You could say u is equal to 2x, but then you have to worry about getting the 2 out here. So one way we could do, the 1/5 I'll go ahead and put out in front, like that, and we'll factor out a 4. So factor out a 4. Now when I factor out a 4, that's like dividing out a 4. So we got 3 divided by 4, and this would be plus x squared. Now that I can bring outside the radical. So we got 1/5, 1 over x squared times 2, and then the square root of 3/4 plus x squared dx. And I'll go ahead and put that 1/2 completely out in front, so we got 1/10. 1 over x squared square root of, and I want to write this, I'll flip it around, putting the x squared first. Yeah, that'll work. And then I want this as something squared. Well, that's easy. You can put a square root around that and squared. And then dx. Okay. Oops. Well, if we let u equal to x, then I could replace this x with u, replace that with u. That'd match our formula. Du would equal to dx. I don't need anything special. I just replaces that dx there. And a is equal to square root of 3/4. And I'm not going to worry too much about simplifying that yet. I'll come back to that. Okay, so now if we do our substitution, this becomes 1 over u squared, and then this is the square root of u squared plus a squared du, which matches our formula exactly. I think that's an a there. There we go, a squared. Okay. So then this becomes 1/10 times negative square root of u squared plus a squared over a squared u plus c. And negative I'll go ahead and put up in front there. And then we got the square root of u squared, so I got x squared plus a squared. So that'd be the square root of 3/4 squared over a squared, square root of 3/4 squared times u, and u was x, plus c. Okay. So then this becomes x squared plus, when you square that, they cancel away, and that gives us 3/4, and this gives us 3/4 x down here. Now you notice I didn't spend a whole lot of time getting rid of that square root. It just disappeared anyway, didn't it? It won't always, but now up on top, I don't want that fraction inside of that square root, so I can factor out a 1/4. So when I factor out a 1/4, that gives us 4x squared plus 3. And then I got 3/4 x here plus c. I got a single fraction downstairs. I can flip it and multiply it times the top part. So we've got 1/10 times 4 over 3. And I'll bring that 1/4 out as a 1/2. Times, then the square root of 4x squared plus 3 over x plus c. This 4 and this 2, that becomes 2, this becomes 1. So we end up with negative 2 over 30. I guess that reduces more, doesn't it? 30. Times square root of 4x squared plus 3 over x plus c, which gives us negative 1/15. Times that. And I could merge those together. So I got negative square root of 4x squared plus 3 over 15x plus c. And that's our answer. So that one wasn't as straightforward as I might have hoped. I was hoping for A and B, but oh well.